Hey YouTube, it's me, B3 here, back with another kicking action figure review. Today's review is over another Power Rangers Dino SuperCharge figure. It is Villain Singe from the Action Hero series line, and I have to say, I'm pretty damn disappointed. Indorf, as he was called in the Sentai, was an amazing villain. You know what, I should just rewatch Zuden Sentai Kyryuji. It was a really good show. And Indorf was awesome. I don't know how he is in Power Rangers Dino SuperCharge. I've only watched Dino Charge, not SuperCharge. But he was a great villain in the Sentai. This figure is bad, though. I mean, I've given these figures some slack in the past, especially the villains. They don't have that much articulation, but they are just the little cheap 4-inch line, right? It's not like they're the 6-inch Legacy line. That line's amazing. Hope we get some villains in it. But this guy's literally about to fall apart. I'm dead serious. And it was like almost impossible for me to find, too. He comes up his sword. We're going to talk about, not articulation. Accessories first. Really neat sword. No paint or detail or anything on it. But he holds it really well. And he's got, I don't even remember what this is, but it pegs into his side there. And the paint on him is about what I expected. Articulation, I was hoping he'd have a little more. Be able to bend the arms is what I was hoping for. And bend the knees, at the very least, bend the knees. But you don't have that. You got some head articulation here. That's cool. Nothing on the torso, didn't expect anything. This arm feels like it's going to break if I move it up too far. It's supposed to swivel all the way around, but it feels like it's going to break. This arm, look at it. I feel like touching it is going to fall off. If it falls off in the course of this review, I will not be surprised. I will not even be surprised. The legs, good forward and back, in and out, but, I mean, this guy's just... not a lot to play with on this guy, you know what I'm saying? Which is too bad for such a good villain, too. I mean, he got his wings, they got his tail. The sculpt, actually, he's sculpted pretty well. It looks good sculpt-wise. Could use some more paint, but once again, cheap 4-inch line. I would have really loved... They could have fit a knee bend in there. They could have done that. And I'm just... Like, these arms! Why are they about to break off? That's what really pisses me off, is these arms about to break off. The amount of accessories is fine. It would have been cool if he came with his gun also, but whatever. He's... I mean, he'll look fine on my shelf, but I can't really pose him around any. So I like, when I get figures and just when I'm sitting around at home and everything, I like to just pose figures around on the coffee table. Sue me, right? I mean, what's the point in getting all these super articulated figures if they're just going to sit on the shelf forever? No, you got to mess around with them. That's half the fun. That's half the fun of collecting, is messing around with the figures. But, this guy, I just can't really mess around with him because I feel like he's going to straight up break the parts that are articulated, and then the rest of him's just, you can't even move the guy. Freaking candle whiskered dude. He was like the entity of hate in the Sentai. His read-up for the American show is, despite Fury's distrust and objection to his presence, Singe gains Heckle's trust by advising him on the best way to steal the inner gems from the Rangers. But Singe is sneaky and has an ulterior motive. That actually doesn't even sound that different from the Japanese version, honestly. It doesn't even really sound that different. I don't know who Heckle is. I guess... Is he the guy with like the crescent moon on his head? The guy who is actually the main villain for Zuden Sentai Kyryuji? I think is who that is. Whatever, I'm not going to Google it. But, now let's get into some size comparisons, huh? Okay, so jumping right on into the size comparisons, here's Indorf or Singe, which actually isn't too bad of a name for him since he's candle-based. With some Rangers. Here on the left, one of the Rangers from his show, Aqua Dino Charge Ranger. Pretty cool. They look good together. And then here on the right, a female Ranger. It is the yellow Mighty Morphin movie Ranger from the movie, you know, the original movie from the 90s. quote-unquote original American one. And, you know, I think they look fine too. And here's Singe with a villain on the left. Professor Strickler, I believe is his name. They came out alongside each other, I believe. So, yeah, they're cool. And here on the right, a Megazord, in case you wanted to compare him with some Megazord swag. We have the Dino Charge Megazord, their normal Megazord. So what are my final thoughts on Bandai America's Power Rangers Dino SuperCharge Villain Singe figure from the Action Hero series? I'm pretty disappointed. I mean, if it was just the articulation, I think I could get past it. Because in the Sentai, this was a character that I loved. And the sculpt is actually not bad. But that quality control, man, those arms, I just can't, I don't feel like I can mess with this guy. And that kind of bums me out. It really bums me out. After this review, he's just going to go on the shelf and he's just going to stay there forever. And that's no fun for him. That's no fun for me. That's no fun for anyone. That's not fun. Because I'm afraid if I mess with him, he's going to break. I don't want to have to super glue those arms on. Right? So, I mean, the value on this guy is already destroyed. I can't in good conscience sell him for full price with arms that I know are going to fall off. And etc. I'm not going to get me another one. I mean, I literally just bought another NECA GMK Godzilla because my first one busted. I'm not going to do the same thing for this guy since he's just a cheap little figure. I'll just be like, screw it. I'll just glue his arms on. I don't even care. Or I'll figure something out. I'll look up something on the internet so that I can move his arms forward and back. Maybe like put a screw in there. I don't know. I'll have to do something with him. Because I really want to mess around with this guy. He was a great character in the Sentai. I can't wait to watch Super Dino Charge and see what's up with him there. I really can't. I'm hoping that he'll stay together for me. Because I really dig this character. At the very least, you know, I have this character in my collection. And that's what it's about, having part of the shows you love in your home with you. So, yeah, that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I'll see you all later. Real quick side note, this arm was not about to snap. It was actually just stuck because it had a little extra paint in it. And now it's okay.